So, this is my first kind of try to use video as some kind of diary. Since when I'm writing, I feel like my thoughts are kind of like too fast, or like my hand is too slow. And since my writing is not very developed, like I'm kind of like very cramped while writing for whatever reason. It's just not that much fun, and I feel like I don't, like I'm not motivated to bring my thoughts down to paper in that way. I would like to present myself more. I would like to stop consuming and get more into the energy of like expression, have more of an output. And I thought this might be a good idea. I really like the medium of film, and I would also like to be more comfortable seeing myself, like looking at myself, listening to my voice. Yeah. I don't know what kind of form this is going to take. I don't know where I'll publish this, if I'm going to publish this. It would be nice to at least show this to like friends and families, so they can kind of like know what's going on with me, what's happening in my life, and also in that way kind of get over like exposing myself, showing people myself. Yeah. It's kind of weird talking just into nothingness, like looking into the camera. I feel like I'm a little bit more comfortable looking in a different direction. Like looking at the camera is like kind of like really accepting the fact that this is my audience, this is myself looking at myself, and I think about myself looking at myself later and the cringe of it. Yeah, I didn't prepare anything because I didn't want to think about the process too much, because that is what I did in the past, and this is what I did for the last months basically, because I wanted to do exactly this for a long time already, but I procrastinated. I never found like the right place to do it. I didn't know what kind of format it should take and so on. I think I found like a nice place to do it now. I'm in Switzerland, in Geneva, at the house of Emma. She was a presenter at the Integral European Conference in Hungary, and I was at one of her intuitive movement workshops. I didn't really get in contact with her after that, but other people from there, other volunteers that I stayed in contact with did. And I'm here with two of them. It's Jules and Yari. They're sitting outside working on their own kind of thing. I just closed the door now to like have a little bit of privacy, to like hear my own thoughts. I can still hear them. It's a little bit distracting, but I think I can deal with it. Yeah, I'm at Emma's house. She was here the last 2 days. It's a very beautiful, amazing woman into kind of Jungian psychology, into Tantra, into like intuitive movement. I'm actually in the space where she kind of does her work with her clients. And she left this morning at 7 to Spain, because that's where her family is, that's where her family house is. I don't even know what she's doing. I think she's visiting family. And she's staying there for 3 weeks. So she left this house to us to care for. Shows a lot of trust, because she like doesn't know us for a long time, but make more and more connections with people where it basically just takes a few seconds to know I trust this person. Like I feel that this person is someone I would like to get in contact with and stay in contact with. This kind of intuition, this kind of like trusting your sense, like your gut feeling, whatever. It's nice to be able to trust these kind of feelings. And yeah, it's an amazing house. We all have our own bedrooms. Both of them are sitting down out there in some kind of like stony archway, with like overgrown with plants. There's like a big garden. We can look through the window and through the garden onto the mountains. This is like a big room with like a kitchen and everything. I won't like go around and show everything because it's still her personal space. But it's amazing that we have this space just for us. She said that she likes to make people feel like this is their place when they are here, and I totally agree with that. I like when people feel like they're coming home when they visit me, although I don't have a place that is mine right now, but I do like to host, and I do like to make people feel not like they're guests, but they're part of the family. They're like, they should feel invited to treat the place like it is their own, which also invites them to show the responsibility to care for it as if it is their own. And I try to do the same when I go and visit people. Like on my travels now, I've stayed with a lot of people for free because I got into connection with them, and they like me, I like them. I'm just staying there for a few days, and I'm like to pay back by, I don't know, doing something in the garden, mowing the lawn, helping with whatever is there, trying to like leave the place a little bit better cared for than I found it. Take care of creaking doors or whatever needs fixing. I'm glad that I got a lot of knowledge of how to do things myself from my dad. We just talked about this. I had a little call with him this morning. It was nice. That reminds me, I'm doing this in English because most of the people I know do not speak German. Sorry for my family, but maybe it's an incentive for them to like freshen up their English, or I'm just like giving it to an AI to create German subtitles at least, or make a German dub version. Yeah, what else can I say? Maybe I can get a little bit into the past to like kind of like depict my way here. I started my nomadic life in the beginning of April. I moved out of my flat in Dublin, where I was living with Saul and Kami, and helped them to like move into a different flat, and kind of left to start this new chapter of my life. I felt that Dublin wasn't the place to be, as Malaga didn't feel like the place to be, to settle down, whatever, and Vienna also. So I'm very open right now. I'm very like floating around, looking for connections, looking for new directions, like all different strands of what I'm looking for or what I'm kind of working on in my life seem kind of connected, like looking for community, looking for the thing that I want to do with my life, the kind of purpose, the way that I can serve best, the place where I want to be, where I want to settle, where I want to invest in ground and a house and community and so on. It's all connected. and I'm quite positive about everything. There are days where I maybe don't feel so well, or like I don't know, like I got a stomach ache, and that kind of like goes through my whole being, where I'm like, oh, what am I doing here actually? But it's just like little thoughts sometimes where I'm like, where I lose my trust for just a minute, but then I remind myself, no, it's going so well. Like I meet so many amazing people. I have such a great time everywhere. I feel very free. I feel very trusting, and that I find my way. Yeah, and I think the kind of like community, bringing people together, this kind of networking approach of what I'm doing, is really where my future kind of lies, what I want to work with. I am about to start some kind of coaching business or something like that. I don't like to call it coaching, because coaching doesn't really feel like what I want to do. It's more moderation, facilitation, I don't know, like helping people with whatever they're struggling with. There are lots of open questions still as well, because I didn't finish my regular psychology studies, so I can't do therapy. But the whole kind of meeting place from spirituality and psychology and coaching and how to help people, how to deal with their problems, I feel like I'll find out how to do my work through actually starting. So that's another kind of thing where I'm really have to get into the doing. This kind of like energy of like preparing for things was a big part, or is still a big part, of how I kind of procrastinate, in a way that I'm like trying to like gather all the necessary informations, try to gather all the kind of different skills to do the thing that I actually want to do, the things that actually burn in my heart. And I think I'm getting more and more into these energies of just starting things and like figuring things out on the way, feeling into things, not thinking things through as well, but like using all my capacities of my feeling, of my thinking, of my intuition, to see where it's going. Yeah, so updates on that, hopefully maybe the next time. I just went to Bulgaria to a Nomad Fest. That's kind of more about individual freedom, how to organize yourself with your business, how to make money, how to, I don't know. I didn't like it was a good, like it was helpful for me to like give me some kind of resources, but especially coming from the Integral conference before that, where it was a lot about how to heal the world, how to help people. This one had more the energy of how to slip through the cracks, to not pay any taxes, how to play out the system and so on. A little bit more focused on yourself. Was not completely my vibe, but I got new ideas there as well, met a few people, and now I'm trying to figure out how to set up this business that I'm trying to create. Like saying business itself already like kind of like lets my hair stand up, because I don't want it to be a business. I feel like I see it in the spiritual lens. I want to just help people. I don't like to put a price on things. That might also like be a fault in myself, that I don't want to like put a price on things that I do, because I don't know how much my services are worth. Because in one sense I think I'm very capable and I do have a lot of insight into things, and on the other side so much of my engagement is so rational that I'm kind of like missing the practical side of things, that I don't have like the actual experience. I didn't get my hands dirty enough yet. But then when I talk with friends and family and I deal with people's problems, I do feel like I am good at helping, at being careful about how to approach things, and so on. So I'm really like excited actually to start this kind of work and see where it leads. Yeah, I think this might be it for the first take. This was actually great. I loved it. I thought at first that I wouldn't be able to know what to say, but it just flowed. And now I feel like I said enough. And we'll see what I'll come up with next time. I don't know where I'm going to post this yet. I'm also about to like create some kind of website for myself to present myself a little bit. Maybe I'll have a section there. Maybe I'm just going to put it on YouTube. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, another thing is I also feel like it's some kind of self-therapy to like therapy is a big word, but just to like get things out, stay with myself and actually talk about the ideas that I have in my head without having to direct them at anyone in particular, just like basically talking to myself. It's a good opportunity to really be vulnerable. Yeah. This is great. So this is it.